Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. You might have discovered by the title, but this is a personal subject. This is the DMC remake. I could have just let it here, but I want to be dramatic, right? So this game I want to talk about, and there's a specific reason. I'm not trying to defend the game. I'm not saying I should defend the game. I don't think this game needs to be defended. I think this game is getting a lot of hate. And to me, this game, so I'm gonna give you my order of DMC, right? And this is why, personally, I love this game. Spoiler, I love the game. So here's why. My favorite DMC ever is 4. The introduction of Nero as a character, the fact that Virgil was his father, the fact that Virgil is still the bad guy, the fact that we meet Dante and we think that Dante is a bad guy, but we know Dante is a good guy. I think this is phenomenal. Then it's this DMC. For various reason, we're gonna check in this video. Then, of course, the third, the appearance of Virgil in the series. Then I'm gonna have to go with the fifth. The fifth, I think, is an amazing fucking game, but you put in microtransaction. No hardcore. Devil May Cry is a hard game. Have you played the first or the second? The second one. I take it 30 minutes, 40 minutes to beat the first boss, right? And sure, they're short games, but they're highly enjoyable. Why is this one of my favorites? Well, there's a couple reasons. If you had a white hair, little Dante, younger Dante, people would love this. But this game, narrative-wise, is possibly one of the best. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you look at narrative-wise, Nero, the fourth game, was a absolute masterpiece. So, in the fourth game, small recap, we're gonna be checking out together. Our main character Nero is in a cult, right? And he has this demon arm, and he has to take care of demon because he has demon arm, and he can protect people. Then you learn that the sect is actually demon people, right? And he's helping out the bad guy, right? Which is a fantastic because is who can I trust? I love this girl and I will save her. I've met Dante, which I'm related to, but I don't know. By the small amount of people that are gonna watch this and don't know this, when I'm saying related, Dante is the uncle. I'm not trying to say he's the father. Virgil is the father. We don't know who his mom is. Maybe we know. Let me know in the comments. Thank you. But in this game, right? Of course, what are we looking at? Is to me, this is a masterpiece. This is a fucking enjoyable game, and people are hating on it. And as a gamer, this is my opinion, and I'm gonna try to defend it, even though I don't think it needs to be defended, as I said previously. So sure, the game is buggy. Sure, it feels long at times, and sure, admittedly, some part are boring. But what there is the concept. So what I love about this game is if you look at every single Devil May Cry after this, because technically this is Devil May Cry 0, right? If you want to put it that way, this is Devil May Cry 0. This is a remake. This is Devil May Cry 1 remake, but it happens before the events of the first game. So that would make it DMC Origin. Devil May Cry Origin, if you will, right? And the best thing about it is and if you look at every single game after that, right? They're all in an island, an apocalypse, right? In the fifth game, there's human around. But apart from that, there's nobody. What I love from this game is we're straight up in town, right? And this plays such an important part of it. So I want to talk about the narrative. The fact that the government, or it's not really the government, like the world leader is Mundus, right? And we know Mundus is the main bad guy. We know that he is fucking evil, right? And we know, and this game, I know I'm going to be annoying, but this game to me is perfection because we have so many elements. Narratively speaking, we learn more in this game than in the first 4. Facts. Maybe the 5th had more information, but the 5th was also a longer game. And of course, I know what you people are saying. Oh, the first game is 2 hours and a half. The second game is 3-4 hours. And the third game, I think, is like 6 or 7, right? But with this one, it's a 11 game. Well, it's a 7, but it took me 11. right? So we learned how the demon works, and it's fantastic because we get to face Mundu, right? And although we know demons are there, we don't know just how much. One of my favorite concepts, I'm gonna make a different video about it, is the virility, which is the energy drink in there, which is again a part of the what you call it. It's a part of the not the system. Sorry, it's a part of the what should I call it? Fuck, I forget it. The demon hierarchy, I guess. And then you have the dance club where there's a lot of demons. You have, oh my god, it's so good. You have Virgil. You have the introduction of Virgil, and we see the character of Virgil go, and go, like getting farther and farther away from Dante. At first, being so close, right? What I love about this game also is we finally get to see the beginning, right? We know that Dante and Virgil are Nephilim, which is angel and devil. We love that. We finally get to know, get to see their home. We get to see the memories. We get to see, and oh my god, the way I haven't played this game. You can check my main account and check the last time I played this game, and I still remember it. You go into your house, like your childhood home, right? And then you walk out and you see a mural where there's this painting, this graffiti, and you're like, okay, this is cute. And then it's the whole story. It's how Sparta betrayed the demons. It's how he met the boy's mother, right? I gotta cut my hair. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm vain, which is one of the sins, right? Good. And yeah, so also there's this. I really wish they push more because virility, yeah, the sin of gluttony, and the dance club, you had a sin of luxury. I would have liked to see a sin of sloth. I would have loved to see a sin of greed, a sin of wrath. Right? I would have loved to see that, but we didn't get to see it. Also, in the same game, we're meeting our brother. We're meeting, and it's all a question of perception, right? Was was Virgil bad in the first one? Was he evil in the first one? Some people would argue yes, some people would argue no, right? He didn't want to sacrifice himself for Kate. And admittedly, Kate is super important in the story, but she's no Virgil nor Dante. Virgil and Dante are Nephilim, and they're the only one capable of killing Mundus, right? And there's a solution. What if, in Virgil mind, it's crazy. When you have to think about it to make it make sense. There's only two Nephilim, Dante and Virgil. Right? What if Dante fell? What if Mundus killed Dante? Right? And I was gonna say Nero, but that's another character. What if Virgil actually was supposed to fight Mundus, but Mundus was stronger than him, and he couldn't save the world, all because they saved one person. Couldn't save the world, but saved one person. Right? There's also the ending, how people are trying to see creature, also trying to see demons. Just elements of the game that are making it sensational, right? And Mundus, there's there's really like this touching part, right? Mundus is this evil monster and is this demon lord, but then they capture his wife, spoiler, and they hold her for ransom, and they trade her for Kate, right? And ultimately Virgil killed the wife. Now, was that something he needed to do? Possibly. But doing this directly affected the rest of the story. You see? And in a lot of cases in this game, Dante is just following. If you look at it, and this is why I fucking love this game, right? If you look at it, Dante is, in the beginning, a demon hunter. He gets attacked. After, he meets Kate, and she explained the world to him. How there's camera system, they're demon, right? How this drink is making people, like, it's making them sick, right? Sorry, I'm losing my voice, I got a cold. Then we meet Virgil, who is the main narrative pusher. So basically, he's the one that's going to be driving more so. Virgil in this game is going to push the narrative further along than Dante will, right? And Dante, why do we love Dante? Well, he's a badass. He's funny. He's charismatic. He got away with girls. He made the same mistake. He's able to save people. Even though he shouldn't save them, he saved them. Dante is empathy. right? Dante is kindness. Virgil is also empathy. But Virgil is more so righteousness. Virgil is able to go all, he's able to do whatever he fucking wants to get the power. And then sure, he turns evil and then he wants to rule the world, right? But, and I feel bad because it does seem like I'm taking for Virgil. But I feel like Virgil in this, he's a bit more reasonable than the Virgil in the next games. And for Virgil, if you had to be agreeing with a Virgil, this is your best chance. So, for example, when Dante and Virgil kill Mundus, and Virgil is like, "Yo, this is our world. We have to make it ours." What he's trying to say is, we just killed the Lord, right? We just kill a demon king. Who's gonna be reigning? So this is a prime example. Let me put it another way. Right, with the mafia and gangsters. So, the mafia, what was good with the mafia is they had a code of honor. They had rules, right? To a certain extent, the government let slide some of the mafia operatives because they were like, well, they're keeping somewhat of a peace in the streets, right? Mundus was actually a horrible, horrible person. He was a demon, but he was keeping a peace, right? So what is really fucking important to know here, two things. Mundus killed, demons are starting to appear in the real world. Related. Second, right? The whole thing started by Dante and Virgil. Mundus went after Dante because he was a Nephilim. He didn't went after Kate. He didn't go after... He didn't go... Okay, so there's not a lot of character here. There's Dante, Kate, and Virgil, right? He didn't know Virgil existed. He didn't go after Kate. Why? Because why kill? You didn't have to kill her, right? And ultimately, Mundus having a baby would have possibly made him a better demon king. Who knows? What I do know is the fact that this game serves so much narrative. And a lot of the hate, it's sad because a lot of the hate, I feel like, is the character design for Dante. And I get it. Don't touch your fucking hero. I get that. And you want to see something crazy? Let me tell you. Look at Kratos. Greek Saga. The first, the second, the third one. The way it looked. Look at the God of War PS4, Ragnarok. How many people complain about the way he looked? Let's let's take a step back. Metal Gear Solid with Vengeance, which introduced a character like Raiden, possibly one of the best Metal Gear Solids. Cold. Possibly one of the better Metal Gear Soldier. Still, it was it was a snake. So my issue is, yes, of course, I love Dante. I don't love the way he looks. I think he's a badass motherfucker. But remake implies we're going to a different route. And it's not like he was gonna have dark hair. At the end of the first game, which is this one, is his hair turns white. Right? And I think, again, the option of weapon you had, the fact that you had weapon from your mother, which were angelic weapon, and weapon from your father, which were demon weapons. I'm not having problem speaking. I swear to fucking God. Let me have a drink. I swear to God. It was that bad in the beginning of the video. I don't know what happened. Ooh. Lemonade. Whew. The Devil May Cry remake, to me, and listen, I know what I'm going to say is going to piss off people. That's not the goal here. I understand the time restraint on the first game. The first game was released, I don't even know, bro. Give me a sec. DMC release. Release date, there you go. 2001, right, on PlayStation 2. Now, I understand that back then you couldn't make a super heavy game, right? So you couldn't be pushing it narratively so much. In the second game, well, you already had your first one. So if you're not going to make an intro here, right? You don't need to make an intro there. Now, you might hate. I'm going to end this video on a single note or a simple sentence, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. You might hate the remake, but the information that's there, that's canon, matters. And just for that, it should be applauded. You want to know something crazy? I'm going to make a simple, very, very simple comparison. Right? It's a gaming channel, right? So let's compare with another game, Dragon Ball. Technically an anime, technically a manga, with the number of games that they have, it's also a gaming series in my book. I think at this rate, Dragon Ball is probably one of the series with the most title to its name, right? And you can take in comparison with the Dragon Quest. That's also part of the Dragon Ball world. They're not part of the universe, but they're drawn into the universe of Akira Toriyama, which is the drawer of Dragon Ball. All of this to say, for years, people hated Dragon Ball GT. They hated Dragon Ball GT. Was it good? It's not for me to say. It's for you to see. And lastly, right, they made Dragon Ball GT canon. And they made it canon, and you know what's crazy about that? Not that they made it canon. Oh, it's not that bad. So you might have hated, but the information got here. You know what's crazy? Okay, if you're watching this and you love Dragon Ball, I'm gonna ask you a single question. Super simple. Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan Blue? I rest my case. On that note, know that I love you. And on my trademark, not trademark because I stole it from a movie, quote, beneath this mask lies more than skin and bone. Beneath this mask lies an ID. An ID, I don't know what it is. It's fucking, be for